Morning, welcome to Travelasana. I'm Malaika, Brooks-Smith-Lowe. This is my brand new video yoga series. I'm often traveling around the world for business, for pleasure, and I wanted to use it as an opportunity to be inspired by new places. Today I'm in Cape Town in South Africa, and that's why I have on this lovely shirt. And I want to do a simple, gentle morning routine. A lot of you reach out to me because you want to incorporate yoga into your life. One of the best ways to do that is first thing in the morning, something little, just to get your juices flowing and to wake you up. So join me for this small session. So one thing I love to do in the morning when I am just waking up, sometimes I have some tension in my neck and shoulders, so I like to either sit on a couch or sit on the edge of the bed and take a few moments to just fold forward. So whether you're in a chair or on the bed, or even sitting on the ground, you can fold forward for a few breaths. It can even feel good to interlace your fingers behind your head, or to open up your feet a little bit and fold in between. And then I'm gonna make my way to the floor. Often when I'm traveling, I don't have a yoga mat. I try to move with one sometimes, but not always. So having a carpet is really good. If you are at home, one way to set yourself up for success so that you definitely do yoga in the morning is to put your yoga mat down before. So when you are planning to do yoga the next morning, put your mat down on the ground, set it up before you go to sleep, so all you have to do is just roll over off the bed and onto your mat. So we're starting here, and we want to get our spine moving. We want to get 6 movements of the spine. So first we're starting with a gentle twist, side to side. You're taking it from one side to the other, exhaling to one side, inhaling to center, and exhaling to the other. Inhale to center, and exhale. Imagine that each time you're inhaling, you're getting taller, and each exhalation, you're softening into your twist. Back to center and over to the side. Bring yourself back. Now, if you're sitting like this and it's not very comfortable for you, I like to sit elevated sometimes. So grab a cushion nearby or a blanket. Plop it under you so you're a little bit more elevated, and your knees are more in line with your hips. And then another way to just start to wake up the body is to stir your pot. So imagine that your pelvis is a bowl or a mortar and pestle, and you're just gently stirring your energy up from your base chakra, the root of your spine, and then change directions to the other side. Practicing in the morning gives us a really great chance to see what side of the bed we woke up on. So you can take a moment to really feel, what energy you got up with, what mood you got up with. Take a couple moments to sit, feeling the heat that might be rising up from the base of your body. Take your shoulders, roll them up and back a couple of times. Roll them forward, and roll them back. So besides twisting, another really important movement of the spine is side bending. So to side bend from a seated position, we're inhaling to reach up and over to one side. Exhale to soften onto this side, and then inhale to come up, and exhale over to the other side. Sometimes if your shoulders are feeling a little bit tight or achy, it is more comfortable to take your hand behind your head as you lean over to the side. This is also a nice variation for those of us who have some tension in the neck, because you place your hand just at the base of your skull and you're actually lengthening your neck with your hand for support. One more time, up and over to each side. And as you're leaning, you're really thinking about keeping your side, this side of your hip, pressed down into the ground, this side of your pelvis. Inhale, come up, and last time taking it over, and visualize all this length coming up your side. So you're lifting through the side, but you're also sitting down with this side of your pelvis. Inhale, come back up. Good. So our twists, our side bends. Now we want to take a little bit of a back bend and a forward fold. So we did our forward fold sitting, but you can also do a cat-cow here. Inhaling to lift your chest, exhaling to round, and really hold on to your legs. Inhale to lift and exhale, round. Inhale, lift, and exhale, round. 2 more. Inhale, lift your chest, draw your shoulders back. Exhale, hug your belly in, round your back, release your head. 1 more time. Inhale, lift, and exhale, round. And draw your legs together, fold forward. I tell students a lot that, forward folds, you do not have to have straight legs, and for many of us, it's actually better to have the legs slightly bent. So I'll do this from the side so you can see. When I have my knees bent, it's easier to lift up and move forward with a neutral spine. If my knees are straight, it's a little bit harder, and for many people with straight legs, we end up rounding like this because we have a lot of tension back here and in the lower back. So I recommend, especially in the morning when you're not so warm, to lift with bent knees, fold forward. You can even hold your feet. This is when I love pushing forward, and inhale to pull back, exhale to push, inhale to pull, exhale, and inhale. So last seated position, we'll get a little bit more open in the hips. So you're crossing your right ankle over your left thigh, flexing your foot. You're welcome to keep your foot as far away as you need to in order to sit tall, and having your hands behind you can help. As you do this, you're flexing your foot so your toes are pointing back towards your knee, and you are opening your knee out to the side. If you want to take this deeper, you can go ahead and take your right hand to your right foot and twist towards the left. And then come back to center, and we'll do the other side. So you're crossing your left leg over your right thigh, flexing your foot, sitting as tall as you can. Opening this knee out to the side, breathing deeply, and then taking the left hand to the left foot if this feels good. For some of us, it's going to feel better to keep the hands on the ground, and then twist over to your right. Continuing to breathe. That's the most important thing, is consciously breathing to start our day with a nice, powerful breath. And then we come back to center. Now before we stand, just speaking about the breath, before we stand, there's a mudra, is a hand gesture that's really helpful for getting us to start to really get the breath deep into our lungs and start the day with a powerful deep breath. This mudra is called Kanishta Sharira Mudra. Kanishta in Sanskrit means lowest, Sharira means body. So this mudra starts to get us into the lower body. You're taking your hands, your thumbs are going to be behind you, your hands are at your waist just below your ribs, and your forearms are more or less parallel to the ground. As you breathe in, you're feeling your hands gently move away from each other. As you breathe out, the hands move in towards each other. And notice the sensation of your breath moving the hands out and in. Bring your awareness to your lower body. This is the part of you that is grounding you throughout this day, that is reminding you of the solid foundation that you have wherever you go. Take 3 to 4 more breaths, bringing all your awareness to the lower body, feeling the breath naturally moving down into the lower part of your lungs. And we begin to take the hands forward, coming onto hands and knees, and turn to the side. So knees are underneath the hips, hands are underneath the shoulders. As you inhale, again, cat-cow, lifting the head and chest. Exhale, rounding. This is what we did sitting. Such a good action to start to gently wake up your core muscles and your spine and all the muscles of the back. From here, we're tucking our toes under, keeping the hands nice and firm, really spreading your fingers wide. Press your hips up and back. Downward dog. And then look between your hands, walk up, bend the knees, fold forward over your legs. On days where you wake up and your lower back is achy, taking your forearms to your thighs is a really good option. And then we inhale to come all the way up to standing. Exhale, the hands come down. So standing tall, we're going to go through just a very brief sun salutation, a gentle flow, and then from there we end our practice. So sun salutation, we start standing. Grounding through your feet, lift your toes. Your feet are about hips width apart, which is just 6 to 8 inches. As you inhale, sweep your arms up. As you exhale, bend your knees, fold from your hips as you come down. Inhale, flatten your spine, so hands to the shins. Exhale, release. Step your right leg back behind you. So here you have lots of options. You can keep your back knee lifted and press the heel back. I like to move around a little bit here just so that I'm starting to wake up the hips, moving forward and back or up and down. You can keep your knee down or up and take your arms up. Especially because it's the morning, you may want to take the knee down. Hugging the belly button in towards the spine, lift up through the fingertips, and as you exhale, release. We're stepping back into plank. So again, in honor of the fact that it's morning, maybe your knees are down, or maybe they're up. As you exhale, lower your knees, take your chest down to the ground. Plant your toes, plant your feet, inhale, lift your chest. Wrap your arms in towards your sides, exhale, release. Child's pose, take your hips back towards your heels. Inhale, downward dog, take your hips up and back. As you inhale again, lift your right leg up behind you. As you exhale, step through between the hands. Sometimes it's helpful to take your back knee down to bring this leg forward. Again, a little bit of movement, seeing what's going on. And then match what you did on the other side. If you kept the knee lifted, keep it lifted here. If you brought it down, bring it down. Reaching up through the fingertips, relaxing the face, continuing to breathe and bringing your awareness again to your lower body, to your base. Step forward, standing forward fold. Again, arms can be here. And then we inhale all the way up. Let's go through one more time. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, left leg steps back. This time I'll do it with the knee lifted. Inhale, arms reach up. Now here, for a lot of us, we tend to arch our lower back. So you can bend your back knee slightly to help you draw the pubic bone up towards your belly button. Exhale, release your hands, step back to plank. Knees can be down or up here. As you exhale, you're lowering down, trying to not let the belly drop down before the chest. Inhale to lift. Exhale, tuck the toes, hips up and back, downward dog. You're welcome to go into child's pose where you drop the knees down. Inhale, lift, left leg up. Exhale, step through between the hands. Inhale to reach. Again, belly draws in, maybe bend the back knee to help you lift through the core. And then exhale, step forward, back to the front. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, release. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands come down. Take a few breaths, standing tall. And before we wrap up our practice, we'll do a little bit of balancing. Nice basic balancing pose is tree pose. So for tree pose, you have options. You can take your foot and either rest it just on the ground, so your ankle, your heel is propped up against your ankle. You can take your foot below your knee, or you can take your foot to your inner thigh. Hands at heart center to help you balance. This knee is gently opening out to the side, so this is also a hip opener pose. You can keep your hands at heart center. If you want to test your balance, you can close your eyes. You can also take your arms up. And then slowly, we bring the knee forward and down. Other side. You can prop your foot, you can bring it below the knee or on the thigh. It's always important to listen to your body. Today, I went hiking yesterday on Table Mountain, so today I feel a little achy in my knee. So on this side, I'm actually gonna take my foot lower because my knee doesn't like to be high apparently right now. So you really need to listen to your body. Both sides may not be exactly the same. Try to steady your breath. You can take your arms up if you'd like. And then we release back down. And to end our practice, we lay back. Now, sometimes in the morning, laying back in Shavasana might make me feel like going back to sleep, but you can keep your Shavasana really short. It's still really important to lay back and give your body a chance to integrate everything and to rest. If you notice that you lay back and it doesn't feel comfortable on your lower back, you can put support underneath your knees, some cushions or a blanket. Let your feet turn out slightly so your hips can relax. And just take a few breaths where you feel your body sinking into the earth, where you feel your breath again moving smoothly in and out. Scan your body from the crown of your head, slowly letting your attention wash over your whole body, your face, your shoulders and neck, your arms, your back, your chest and hips and legs and feet. And whenever you feel ready, you can go ahead and bring yourself back up to sitting. Maybe taking a little bit of a stretch. rolling to one side, and pressing yourself up to sit. I love to end my practices with gratitude. It's such a great opportunity when you feel open and relaxed to thank yourself, to thank your own body, your own breath, to thank all the people in your life who support you and who love you, to let your gratitude extend far and wide in whatever directions feel right for you. Thank you so much for joining me for this first Travelasana here in beautiful, sunny, windy Cape Town in South Africa. Thank you. It's been a pleasure. Namaste.